Hate is reality. Hate is reality. Hate is reality. Hate is reality. Don't you know God hates? Hate is reality. Hate is reality. Hate is reality. Don't you know God hates?
Violence is what you breathe. Racism is what you breathe. Hate is what you breathe. What do you send me to be?
Hate is reality. Hate is reality. Hate is reality. Don't you know God hates? Hate is reality. Hate is reality. Hate is reality. Don't you know God hates?
Peace, motherfucker, bastard. I don't need your bullshit shit. Freedom is a bunch of shit. This is what I say.
Hate is reality. Hate is reality. Hate is reality. Don't you know God hates? Hate is reality. Hate is reality. Hate is reality. Don't you know God hates?
Misery is what we see. Murder is what we see. Ignorance is what we see. What do you expect me to be? Why?
What's up, my guy?
What's up, man? How are you?
Just chilling, man. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, man. We're at this such a great day, such a beautiful day, beautiful week, man. Beautiful couple weeks, honestly. I'm having a great time, man.
Great time, great life. Good to
Great
see
time.
you here.
Yeah, good to see you too, man.
Well,
Nail bomb? I love nail bomb. Yeah.
A little bit of nail bomb tonight. You know why? Because hate is reality. Don't you know God hates? You know who God really hates, bro? Blasphemers. Got a couple blasphemers out here on these YouTube streets. We got
big time blasphemers.
More than a couple.
Big time.
The ones I want to show that were pissing me off tonight is the same guys that always fucking rile me up. We got tomorrow, Christmas Day, the birth of the Lord.
And of course,
this blasphemer Archaics, he's gonna do one called The Real Teachings of Jesus, right on Jesus's birthday. And if you go to his like community post or whatever, he's basically talking about, you know, Christianity. Let me just pull it up so I'm not putting words in his mouth, but it's the same basic bitch shit.
Yeah.
Yoga mom shit, you know. Here it is.
I didn't see this present.
This is Jason here of Archaics. My Christmas present to you is a live plunge into the spiritually profound narrative of the Gospels as it was originally intended before it was historicized by the church. Many of you are going to be shocked at what you hear and see. Original Christianity is explosive with profound layers of meaning. Do not be surprised when parts of this dissertation have you tearing up. The word is spirit.
I consider myself a Christian too.
Yeah, the word is spirit. Two different realities, materium and spiritual medium. blah blah blah. Jesus healing required the immortal within. Here, basically, this is what it's going to be. The whole stream is, in my opinion, my guess will be just be kind of vaguely nice to other people. That's all you got to do.
Dude, a heckin' wholesome Christianity, bro.
Just be a little bit kind of like, don't be mean.
Right. And which could mean so many different things. And I mean, it seems like it's like it could mean several different things to different people. What does nice mean to one person?
Exactly.
According to their
Where does it
values,
come
you
from?
know? Yeah.
Now, what do you got going on here, bro? You got what are you wearing, bro? You dressed like a Jew? Whoa, sorry.
Yeah,
Are you dressed like a Jew here? What's going on?
what? Why is this Jewish? I'm wearing a pea coat. I'm
Where's
we
your
had
little,
church
like,
service
where's your
earlier.
little curls, bro?
You know, my wife said that too. She was like, "Where are your curls?" And you know, I don't know how this became a Jewish outfit. I'm you know, we went to church like this. She wasn't calling me a Jew then, so we have night service. So what do you want me to do? I'm gonna wear the outfit to its completion. I'm not gonna take this off and wear some gym shorts. So it's cold outside. So I'm kind of going. Right, I'm kind of going in and outside too, like, you know, because.
So anyway, tomorrow we got this blasphemer on the Lord's Day.
Look at his little thing back there. It says butt hurt. Yeah, that's definitely you, Jason. Butt hurt. You're definitely butt hurt.
This other one here is Thor's sister. You see the other one on the shelf?
Thor's sister.
That's Thor's sister. Her name's Whore.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
So he's got his little Reddit hat.
Yeah, that's the Reddit hat. See, I've got the Saturn hat. You got to upgrade to the Saturn hat.
Yeah,
bro.
the Saturnian. You got the straight up Saturnian, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yo, but the other guy, and the reason I made.
Yo, I don't like the niggas looking at me, man. Can you like change these?
Yeah, this is gonna be even worse. The other guy, the reason I made the cover, Amon Hillman. Really, his name's David. Lady
yeah, it's
Babylon.
funny that he chose a biblical. It's funny he chose a biblical name, even though his name's David. Isn't that weird? Isn't that funny?
Well, I think his actual real middle name is Amon.
Okay, so that's fair.
That's okay. When I'm looking into those court documents. If you guys saw last week, he had sexual misconduct at a school, and the fucking comments of his little simps, the Ammonites, are like, "Oh, the school would have, or the state of Minnesota would have pressed charges if it was true." No, that's not true. He was just getting weird and creepy.
Look, he's got the 666 in that little logo there. You like that? You like how I threw that in there? What a little what a sicko! What a sick freak!
He's doing the same shit though tomorrow. Look at Christmas purple. He's gonna teach you, not only Jason, but then this guy's gonna teach you.
Yeah. Real Christians are.
They're all in here right now. It's not even till tomorrow. All his little Ammonites, his little simps are in here. Yes, Dr. Hillman. Yes, Dr. Hillman.
Oh,
crazy.
Man. Look at the Peter Rabbit comment. Look down there. It says, have you guys noticed the same thing that Archaic says? Have you guys noticed huge increase in videos smearing Dr. Hillman? Seems like a coordinated, organized effort.
Yeah, saying Peter Rabbit really did is a smear campaign.
Right. Something that you did and you're guilty of. Yeah, that's a smear campaign. Okay, fine. Whatever.
Dude's a total fucking creep, bro. Occult Examiner's in the chat. If she wanted to come up here, I was asking her if she wanted to come up here. I might drop the link for her. I didn't see if she answered that or not, though. She said as long as I can leave the cam off. We'll be nice.
Yeah, you're gonna be. We know why you want to leave the cam off. We know. Why hide? Why hide? You know? Why hide? What are you trying to hide exactly? We're out here.
She was part of the Hillman cult. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but
is she an ex or is she still in it?
I think she's a Jilted fan. Here, I'll drop the link. If you want to come up, Occult Examiner, come on up.
Well, yeah, well, of course we're not gonna
hang back for a minute.
Yeah, we're not gonna if you're a reformed Ammonite, then I'm not gonna jump down your throat. Like, this guy's obviously a deceiver, a trickster. Yeah. If this guy's obviously a trickster, yeah, we're not. No way.
Yeah.
We're gonna be. I'll be a little bit more critical to an Ammonite than you.
Than to
because
an ex-Ammonite, yeah.
Yeah, no
But-
way.
So these guys shit on Christ like every day of the year. They can't even stop for one day. In
yeah.
fact, they're holding their presentations back for a few days to actually shit on him on the Lord's day.
You know, I find it curious that like Archaics is sort of like pivoting to this shitting on
He
Christian
sees
grip.
where this is where it's going, I think, is into like blasphemers versus like the Christian content channels.
Yeah, you know, hail the Christian Reich, you know. Hail the Christian
Christian
Reich.
Reich is here, brother. Is this
Hail.
Miss Occult Examiner?
Hello, hi.
Hi, how are you?
This is me. Hey, yeah, I want to leave my cam off because it's late.
That's fine.
And I'm tired.
Yeah, no worries.
Do you
And I
mind?
seen you all were live, and I was like, it's really cool that you are covering what's going on with this.
Yeah, do you
cult.
want to give, like, I saw your little chat on that other channel, but do you want to just give people like a brief rundown of your history with the Amon Hillman Lady Babylon channel?
Sure. So I found Hillman through Neil, Gnostic Informant. Most people did. And I got into the Discord, which you had to fuck around and figure out how to do that. Is because it's not in your face. So it's like the ones that are meant to find it will find it. And then, oh, you're supposed to be here, right? So I got in there and started making friends, got close with Snappy. Snappy become my groomer.
Now, Snappy is the guy with the Cali picture in the background that dresses like a woman, correct?
Yeah, the one that has drawing down the stars. Also, Snappy's one of the ones that I showed the hazing ritual that he did. He did.
Yeah, he
a
wears the
hazing
wig.
with Snappy and with Chthonius.
Now,
So what
does
happened
Hillman
was,
own more than one shirt? Can we get to the bottom of this mystery?
I mean, he does have more than one shirt, but
Is it like the
there's
same
a lot
shirt,
of
multiples
girls
of the
that-
same shirt, or does he have other types of shirts?
well, I mean, I know he has like a solid black shirt. He has like a red and black vest.
He goes in his closet. It's like 12 of these shirts right here. He's just like, shh, shh,
I know. Well, see, he's
like a cartoon.
he's a sadist, so it's a control thing. Like when the dom only wears like a certain color, then or a certain pattern, then it's like, okay, that's the mode we're in today. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, I didn't mean to cut you off. So you
that's
met this
okay.
guy. This guy groomed you. This tranny guy groomed you.
Well, yeah. Well, they realized that I knew how to make decent videos, and we started doing collabs where I was making videos for Hillman. I was making videos for Snappy and Snappy's channel. I was making videos for a bunch of other guys. And then Hillman goes on Danny Jones. When I joined, he had like less than 3,000 followers. The Discord server had less than 300 members. Oh, Dang's in here. Oh, God. Dang don't like me. I'm sorry, Dang.
Dang
No
doesn't
offense.
like anybody. It's okay.
Yeah, let her cook.
Okay.
Dang. Let her cook, Dang. Just
He's,
ignore him.
don't worry. Well,
All right.
He's just like the
So-
retard we keep chained in the corner. Just
Okay.
and we feed him Cheez-Its.
Throw them at him.
you like my Jew hat, Dang? This for you, baby. This for you, baby.
So Danny
So he
Jones
blew up.
dropped,
He
and
blew up
here
with Danny
comes
Jones.
all these guys, right?
Let's
all
pick the
these
pace up.
people.
Let's pick the pace up.
Lots of people. I'm sorry. I'm in the Appalachia, and just because we talk slower doesn't mean we think slower. But it's fucking late, and I'm stoned. Okay, so I'm sorry. So here comes all these guys, and there was all this bro dude energy. So girls were coming to me complaining. So I'm the only mod. I'm the only like female mod. I was a mod for Hillman's channel and Snappy's channel. I was a mod in the server. And Snappy said, pulls me in front of a bunch of strangers and starts questioning me about my mental health. And I said, wait a minute. There's a lot of bad shit going on in this server. And so then I was accused of being too emotionally involved. I said, wait a minute. I have women coming to me complaining. I said, I think we need to have a special designated area for the women if the men are going to be like bragging about using women and wanting to start cults and everything. Like, this is the type of language these women were around that they did not like. Like, just because Ammon is spewing all this sex talk, where is the personal respect and dignity shown? Like, there was none. So anyway, I left. And as soon as I left, well, that's the one thing you don't do, right? That's a great sin, is to leave the cult. They can forgive you for just about anything other than leaving the cult. So I left and become a target. And they've been sending what's it called? Flex demons. I think one creator called them flex demons. Yeah, they sent the flex demons after me.
A flex demon? What's a flex demon? What's that?
That's what one creator was calling the Ammonites. You know what they do is they'll go and they'll troll you and they'll stalk you. And
Yeah,
then
that's
they'll
what I
virtue
want.
signal
Somebody
because they can't
go
do
in
the
this
public
chat.
hazing anymore.
Somebody go in this chat that he's got tomorrow, and they're all in here, and drop this. Tell them to come to this channel right now. We're gonna get them up here. I want the book. Let's go, dog.
Let's go.
So, anyway, originally you were like
I'll be right back.
attracted to his theory?
Well, I mean, I've been studying the occult for over 25 years. I like to look at everything. I question everything. I like to look at everything. So when somebody's saying that, translations for 2,000 years has been wrong, I'm going to go dig in and figure out what it's all about. But once you get into the server and you get around all the people and you have all this access to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of PDF files of books that are obscure or hard to find because there's one person in charge of procuring all these PDFs, you kind of get mesmerized, right? You get under the glamour spell of just the information that is available to you. No, she's not a Jesus hater. I don't hate anybody. I love knowledge.
Are you more of a Jesus is my homeboy type person? Are you lukewarm?
I'm like, if he was real, if he wasn't, what he taught, I was raised Southern Baptist. So what I was taught was that, love thy neighbor. The things that he taught were very, very noble to me, and I don't believe that you have to believe in God or Jesus to be a decent person and human. It helps.
Let me ask you
A
this.
lot of people do need religion.
Can I ask you this? This is what I've been asking like his Ammonites in these comments when I see him. Do they believe that the Bible is a real book? And if you're real quick, if you're just getting here, he says Jesus uses children as drugs.
Right. Well, see, what I did was I studied all of his shit. I studied his shit. I know all of his shit.
Do the people, though, that are in this quote-unquote cult, do they believe the Bible's real, or do they think it's like a made-up book to control people?
Honestly, his target audience have been males that have been sexually abused, preferably by the church. So we're dealing with angry men, a lot of angry men, a lot of men that are angry at the church, angry at God, angry at women. So this is really deep. Okay.
Yeah,
they believe in Ammon.
they're definitely like
some of them don't even care. Look at what he's attracting and what he's talking about. Some of them do not even care that he lied about, what went on in the courts.
Right. Let me lay that out in case someone's here that doesn't know what we're talking about. So he says like this like outrageous stuff as to be as shocking as he can. He's like an edgelord, dude. He's like, oh, Jesus used kids as drugs and all this shit, right? He's trying to just be shocking. Then he says he was a teacher at St. Mary's University in Minnesota. That's where I'm from, so I know that place. And he was only hired for one contract for 1 year. Then they already told him, "Hey, we're not going to renew your contract." But he was also the janitor. So then these sexual harassment allegations came out, and then they fired him from being the janitor.
Right. And what does a
But
janitor
what
have
he
access
says,
to?
he doesn't say that though.
Right.
He says like, "Oh, I produced this play. It had phallic symbols in it. It was too like risque for this Catholic school, and they didn't like my ideas." Basically, that's basically the gist of what he says. Correct?
Right. And screaming it's a free speech situation, and it's not free
Right.
speech. You got to think this is a prestigious Catholic church. This is private. This is a private organization. So free speech really doesn't apply under their rules, right? Because when you're in the private, you adhere to a different set of rules than you do in the public. Truly.
Right. And it's funny that he talks about free speech because I've already been banned from his channel, just barely like engaging over there. So that's pretty funny that he's crying about free speech.
Exactly. Well, he has cultivated a complete echo chamber within his live chats, and there is one guy called Witch Doctor who has a channel.
I saw that guy.
Yeah, and he's bragging about, oh, he's going to write a book, and I'm like, you know, all I'm seeing really, because I've been like deep in the heart of it, all I'm seeing is like this massive circle jerk. It's like being back in high school dealing with the jocks again. And he's angry. It's like he had it. I have perceived, and I'm taking a good educated guess, that he has a vendetta towards the church. Because this is a man that taught Sunday school at age 17.
Right.
Okay.
I read that in one of those articles too last week, I think.
And it's on his Wikipedia.
It's all these. This is
too.
what we've came to notice about these people, not just this guy. Are you familiar with the Archaics channel?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, it's the same thing. They grow up in the church and then they rebel against it like hardcore, it seems like.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, Jason went to prison though for a good while, didn't he? There seems to be a lot of successful YouTube channels from people that were in jail for quite a bit of while.
Right.
And
We've
it's just
covered that
very
here on this channel
interesting, a
too.
synchronicity.
We've covered that here on this channel. We call it the prison to YouTube pipeline. I think these guys get in there and they're able to kind of formulate their idea over a long period of time, and they develop that grind mindset of the prison.
Mhm.
Then when they get out of the prison, they don't have the burdens a regular person has. They don't have a family and the full-time job and all this, so they're able to just get out and immediately just grind.
Well, you do know that the prison system is like the clubhouse for cultivating, grooming, and creating cults outside of the prison system.
Well, there's gangs and stuff in there
Right.
too, heavy gang
Right.
involvement, and then they're involved with the gang when they get out and stuff too.
Right. It's
So
crazy.
let me ask you this real quick, because I saw this in a comment today, but I didn't know anything about it. Was someone said 2 of this Hillman guy's roommates have ended up dead before? Do you know anything about that?
No. Now, what I do know is that Hillman has scared Snappy. I have talked
The
with
true?
Snappy while Snappy's been frantic. And I don't want to go into too much detail, but Snappy said, you do not want to fuck with him. Basically, you do not want to. And I'm a Capricorn. I kind of took that as kind of like a challenge, because who is he? Who is he? Like, is he paying your bills? Is he
Right.
rubbing your feet? What is he
probably
doing
is rubbing
to
my feet.
where I don't want to mess with him? If he's doing wrong, if he's lying, if he's claiming to be this person, and he's just not being forthcoming about what truly happened, especially in these court documents.
Well, yeah, he's definitely not
Mm-mm.
about that. You have any questions, Mr. Toilet Bowl Earth?
No, I'm just listening. This is good stuff, man.
She's spilling the tea.
She's spilling a
If
lot
you're
of
just
tea.
jumping
Yeah.
in here, we're talking about Dr. David Hillman. You know him online as Amon Hillman. He blew up from that Danny Jones podcast, and now he's running a cult, just like Archaic. So everything that's happening here, and I see it on that What Your Pastor Didn't Teach You channel. This is what I was doing against Archaics as Archaics was coming up. It's almost like an exact mirror. That's why I find it interesting that he's like making these videos do the same things, pulling the court documents and everything.
And what I do find interesting that Hillman's sort of like theory or thesis about Christ is something that he's personally accused of in his own life. So I find that very strange and alarming for people that follow him. So
right, it wasn't me. It wasn't me with a teenager
right.
at 4 a.m. It was Jesus. It wasn't me.
Yeah, right. So it just seems a little odd, that he's making these claims about sexual abuse when it seems like he's been engaging in sort of
At the very least, sexual misconduct. At
the very same thing where he's in a position of or he's like a professor or whatever the hell he said he was,
position of authority,
and he's like scheming on
teenage girls,
So I find it very strange that he's making these claims about Jesus, which is complete fucking trash, and no one, not one person should flatter this idea of it. But it's just funny to me that he's accused of the very same thing he's accusing Jesus of. It's very nasty work.
Well, that's how occultists work, and that is how the law works. I mean, that's why they have a separate dictionary for, their own, the words that are used in law. Black's law.
Don't go full sob sit.
No, we're going sob sit now. We're going sob sit.
Black's Law Dictionary.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about, because there's an art of being able to. He calls it Orphic Vox, but I call it just double speak. It's just plain double speak. It's saying one thing, which could have layered meanings, and then you got to try to figure out, okay, well, what exactly is he meaning? And by the time you're done listening to him, you don't know if you're coming or going, and you're even more confused than when you started. Like, this is like an art that goes back to Orpheus. It's Orpheus, and it is very Gnostic, their teaching, what he teaches, what Snappy teaches, the lessons and things talked about.
Snappy's this one here with the black wig, correct?
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
It's a dude in a wig.
That's a dude. I knew that was a dude. You guys didn't even have to tell me that. I knew that was a fucking dude. That was a dude. Easy work. I think a lot of truthering is basically Gnostic in nature, because they feel like this idea of figuring things out, even if they're fucking completely wrong, is what's saving them, and it's what's delivering.
Well, it's fine to believe whatever you want, but when it comes to pushing your views on people, now what he has done is he told them to go the way of Cain, which is to sit on the throne. You sit on the throne. He's telling you through transmission and training of these other people, to sit on the throne is to get on your drugs, take your drugs, watch.
Oh man, he looks fucking terrible.
Watch or read Lord Byron.
Oh boy.
Yeah, bro. These people, hey, this is the first thing I ever got from this guy. Is this motherfucker is a tweaker, bro. Like, these people can't tell he's a tweaker.
He's losing teeth, looks like it.
He's tweaking, bro. Now, does this Does his daughter has something to do with this channel? Do I understand that
Well,
right?
his daughter is the one basically flying the ship. I did find birth announcements for his children. Chewy is still underage at 17. I don't know how long she's been helping him.
She's like the social media manager, kind of.
Yeah, I talked to her for like 3.5 hours before I left the cult. And what they've done since I've left is they have went on a major smear campaign, told a bunch of lies, like I got
Yeah,
kicked
this
out.
dude's
No,
eyeballs are
I
crazy.
left. But I think
You got them googly eyes, like the sticker googly eyes.
Like,
I think the most important thing that if you don't hear anything else I say tonight, I want you all to know what he has told us many times in private meetings is that, you know, he was the Antichrist. He's here to set himself aflame, and he's here to cause war. He's building an army. They're already militarized. Um,
Of army of troons or what?
I mean, simps for Hillman.
Yeah,
Hillman Sims. Okay,
David
Ammonites.
Shillman.
We're being very gracious by calling them the Ammonites. I think that's about as base as we can call them. You know.
That's the only thing I can think about it because
Well, the whole theory, and
zombies just
all they post in every comment is like, "Why was Jesus found with a naked boy in the Garden of Gethsemane? Why?"
right
Like,
on videos that don't even have anything to do with that.
yeah,
The
they just
video
post
of
that
us
one verse. Well,
talking about the
That's why I asked you
initiation.
if they
Right.
think that the Bible is real or not, because they post that one verse and like his interpretation, like it's real. But then the rest of the book, they're just gonna discard everything else. Like
Right. This
99.99% of the book they're gonna throw away and leech on this one translation from this one guy of this one verse.
Yeah, it's just I think that like Protestantism has something to do with this idea that you can just pick up the Bible and just be like, okay, I can interpret it however the way I feel. And it's just sort of departed from the real reality of where the Bible comes from. The Bible comes from a body of believers. You know, it is by, you know, from apostolic succession that it's not Hanukkah celebration. I got back from Christmas Eve liturgy. Sorry. This is not this is your Jewish programming, Provo. That this right
I
here.
don't know, bro. Are you sure?
This used to be this is the Don Draper look. Okay, Don Draper looked like this. You guys have no problem with it. I look like it. All of a sudden I'm a Jew now. This is crazy.
I wanted to address
That makes sense.
Samantha. No, I'm not a plant. I am not a cult member. Once I realized what it was, I got out because I have never fit into groups or cults.
But
I
come on, you
simply
couldn't look at this guy though and then say, bro, this guy's just fucking banged a fucking needle right in his arm, or he hit a foilie or some shit right before he turned the fucking camera on. Holy shit. This guy looks nuts, bro.
Yeah, I did not crawl out of a tunnel, man. Y'all need to relax and chat. I knew I was gonna get this. I knew I was gonna get this
Came
reaction.
out of the sidewalk.
Came out
Where's
of
the
the
baby
So-
mattress?
came out.
and I've tried to talk to a couple of politicians. I've went to local priests. I've went to all the local clergy I could think of to contact within my local area. No one wanted to talk to me. The politician in Michigan
Exactly.
said that I
Why are
was
you calling a
a
politician?
Satanist, and she said I was a Satanist and that I was trying to groom her. I said, no, I'm not. I'm just trying to tell you about this person.
What is the politician gonna do about it?
Well, she told me she was ready to hear like what all had been going on in the occult, and she was diehard Christian, but she thinks that they need to know about the occult to be educated about it. And I said, yeah, you should know what's going on so you can at least know what, recognize it when you come across it.
Right. Let me ask you this. What is there an exact like recipe for what he calls the purple in all his videos, like the drug they take called the purple? or is it just kind of vague?
Can you say that again? I'm sorry, I was reading the chat. Could you ask me again?
Yeah, is there like a specific recipe for what he talks about in his videos and he calls it the purple, like the drug they take?
I think he's using some form of I mean, I don't know what other training he has, but I think he's using it as a form of mind program, because he'll tell you like to sit on the throne and to look at these pictures. Like he's telling you, look at these pictures. They're meant to brainwash you. No, I'm not. I have receipts and common sense. I have
Quit reading the chat. Quit reading the chat.
Okay.
The chat's
Yeah,
bad.
don't worry about it. Yeah, don't
But-
Yeah,
be
but I'm
like,
asking
you'll-
about-
he'll
he
tell
talks
you
about
to-
the
so fucked
drink.
up from the chat. Don't even worry about it.
He talks
He'll
about
tell
this
you to
drink,
take
and I'm
these
saying,
drugs,
is there?
which is sit on the throne, and then watch him, listen to him, and look at these pictures, right? With all this. So if you replace the color purple with the color white, it doesn't leave a lot to the imagination, does it?
Huh?
Let's think about it. Okay, let's go to one of his newer pictures. Replace the color purple with the color white. It doesn't leave a lot to the imagination, right?
It's milk.
Yeah, you can call it milk if you want to.
Milky.
But also he's myth making. He is weaving ancient Jason and the Argonauts Medea tale with Jesus tale with modern shit going on. It's just a lot of crazy. And Myth Vision is going to have someone on named Cross Bible who is going to be debunking Ammon left and right. So that's
Well,
going
I
to be
can
really
debunk him right here. Just look at
entertaining
the
as well.
motherfucker.
Yeah, it's really
never been
not
outside a
even
gas
it's
station
really
in the
not
motherfucking
even a
night.
big deal.
You ever seen a guy pulling a wagon that's
Yeah, it's
pulling
not-
another
it's not
wagon
even
and
a-
it's full of fucking blankets and fucking bikes and all kinds of shit?
We don't.
That's
Yeah,
this
we
fucking
don't need
guy
to.
right
We
here.
don't know. We don't need to get into rigmarole of things. There's a thing called discernment where we just like sort of just warp. We just.
Tweakers are tweakers. This is what tweakers talk about, dude. They talk about shit like this.
Yeah, this is like exciting to them, you know. And I
And
feel
there is a big drug culture in the cult, correct?
Exactly. Well, I mean, humans have sought ecstasy to be outside of oneself, like for as far back as we can go. And I really feel like what he's doing is it's like a big push. There's a big Gnostic push. Do you all see it? Do you not? Do you
Well, I
not
mean, the
see it? Like
Gnostic.
there's a
It's
big
been
Gnostic push.
Gnostic. What I see this is a lot about these like the drugs, and you have this other guys that have been on like even Rogan lately talking about the ancient world and drugs. As we get into, they want to bring out like MDMA and psilocybin and all this, bring that mainstream pharmaceuticals through Peter Thiel and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. Well,
yeah, it's funny. It's funny that like Eamon always attacks like the weakest sort of Christians, like the weak, like people like this dude.
Who is this dude? I don't even know who he is.
That is, I believe that's the guy that Hillman instructed his before I come along. I would not have done this. He instructed his group to perform sex magic and send it towards this man. And then I think like the whole group come down, not Hillman's group, but the other man's group come down with an illness or something. Snappy told me about it and was freaked out and said, I don't ever want to do that again. It worked. So yeah.
So basically, this dude's just pervert.
Well, I mean, I
druggy
can
and a
tell you
pervert.
more hearsay. I can
he's a
say that
dirty
it's
pervert.
hearsay.
Yeah, we want the hearsay.
Do you want the hearsay?
Yeah, we want the
Well,
gossip.
Well, he said, I think during one of Snappy's lives, he was talking about it, that he was he wanted to help them understand, because they wanted the Medea play to be as real and as close to, historical accurate as possible. So he was getting up on the table and he was having them whip him so he could show them how to do it properly, and that he had yeah, he finished during that whipping session.
He finished. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, finished. You know what guys do when they finish? They finish.
Oh, I know. I got all kinds of kids.
Okay.
Yeah, Square Pig is Bushwhacking's fucking sock account.
No, it's not. Is it?
Yeah, it's him. It's him. I know it's him.
Is Hillman a Jew? That's what I was wondering too.
I have no
He
idea.
quacks like a duck. He walks like a duck, quacks like a duck. He's definitely he's Hillman. Yeah, no, I don't believe that is.
I know that he went to didn't he go to he went to seminary school and was teaching Sunday school.
Oh, what a fucking tragedy! What a tragedy that must have been for the children. I know children in my Sunday school that knows more than this fucking retard.
So he's went through his whole Christian thing. He's now going towards.
He never went through a Christian thing though. Judaism. That's the problem.
Well, see, he's a
deceiver. There's no, he never. This is the thing that people gloss over so fucking flippantly, that like he went through a Christian thing. No, he never went through a Christian thing. He went through his own fucking confusion about what it means to be a Christian. Let's like clarify this for folks. He was not a Christian.
He was raised in the church. It sounds like.
He was raised in the church, and he was not properly taught about anything. And that goes to show you about the importance of an effective church ecclesiology, and like how you teach your parishioners. This is why I always talk against this idea of anybody could grab a Bible and be some sort of bishop or be some sort of preacher because you grab a Bible and you read it. This is the end result of it. It's atheism, or at worst, people like him whose life goal seems to be calling Jesus, our Lord and Savior, a pedophile, like butt rapist. Lord have mercy, forgive me for saying that.
Right.
Like this is a fucking problem. This is a problem out here. You people don't get to like pick up scripture and tell me what it means. Big in the modern world, like this fucking Latin, bro. Just because you're able to read Greek, you could read Greek and read all types of things into things if you want to, because we're living in different times, and words have different words like morph into different meanings over time. But people like him, people like Ammon, manipulate that, and then they exploit that. They exploit that different culture and different time periods of what these words mean. And so then you have your grift. Then you have your grift right here. His
grift is that he has no grift. So
it's easy to do when most people are at like an 8th, 9th grade high school reading level.
He's not calling Jesus a pedo. He's translating. Dude, Uncommon, you're such a fucking bozo, dude. But dude, get the fuck out of here. He's just.
You can't tell if he's kidding.
He's just translating the text, bro. Bro, no one's ever translated the text before except for Ammon Hillman, dude.
Right, in 2,000 years, not even the fucking people.
It's just Ammon Hillman. Ammon Hillman. Oh, we just needed to wait till 2024. Late 2024 for Ammon Hillman to interpret the Bible for us. Get the fuck out of here. Think about what you're
That's
saying.
literally the
Fucking
fucking
goofy ass dude.
Okay, but we need context here, y'all. We need to take into context the type of people who are angry at the church, mad at the church, lost, lonely,
But
ready
you have to define what that means.
unalive,
What does
okay?
the church mean?
Seeking people. You
Okay.
have seeking sick people, mentally sick, emotionally sick, spiritually sick people. And here's Almond saying, I'm giving you free reign to hate on the church. What do you think those types of people are going to do with that information? They're going to take it, they're going to eat it, and they're going to run with it. Okay.
Nobody's debunking Hillman though. Just name calling. No, he's a fucking retard. None of this shit is.
Hey, Gone
No.
Squatch, and I posted the link. You can
Yeah,
come
the
on
link.
up.
The link is posted. You fucktard.
Yeah, you can come on
up
up.
here and tell me how
How
it's
are we gonna
real.
debunk? Okay, here's the debunk. He has a different translation. Okay, everyone else has a different translation. So now what? How do we determine which translation is correct? Only one guy ever has had this one translation, and
you're
the
such
other
a
ones
little
have multiple
fucking
translations
bitch.
throughout time.
Just like Square Peg's a little bitch, dude. You're never gonna fucking show your face. You're such a little bitch. Just like Mamie Buttersup's a little bitch. Show your fucking face and start talking your shit. Otherwise, shut the fuck
This
up.
is
You're a
how
fucking
cult activity
bitch
works.
forever.
One or two finds out you're talking about the leader, then they go get
Let's
others.
go.
Then
Bring
you
them
got
up, but you guys got to come up on the.
Yeah,
you guys
a
can't just sit
swarm
in the
going.
box. You can't just sit
You're
in
a
the
bunch
box
of
and talk
fucking
shit. You got to
clowns,
come up
dude.
on the panel, or your leader is gonna be disappointed in you.
You're a bunch of fucking clowns. You sit there chit chatting. Fuck.
That's
Why do
right.
I need to? Yeah, because you're a little bitch.
Okay,
That's
Occult
why.
Examiner. I appreciate you coming up.
Shut
I'm
the
gonna
fuck
continue
up
on.
about
I'm
your
gonna continue
fucking
on. I had some other stuff I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
But you're
All right.
welcome
Well,
on.
you all didn't
goofy-ass
want
square
to.
peg.
And if
You
we-
want
we-
to
Yeah,
get together
you get
again?
square
Do you
pegged
want to
already.
come on my channel and we can talk about this? That'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I will. If there's a mod in here, can you post her link? We got Occult Examiner in the house. I appreciate you for being here.
Square
You're
peg.
very welcome.
Yeah,
She spilled the tea.
Yeah, you get square pegged already. You fucking.
Let me play this for you. The reason I have this video up is you gotta hear this, bro. It's so funny. Hold on.
Gotten to that point that they've seen
This is square
some-
peg round holes.
whatever element of reality it was that woke
Hold on
them
a
up,
second. Let me speed
right? And they said, this is not right. What's going on, right? And they stepped out of these cults. I think we have a particularly sensitive topic with you, and that is you seem to have come out of a cult that has political power to it, right? A political cult. We'll just say I'll let you define it, but can you just tell us a little bit of where you've been and how you got here, all the way from there, how you got to this place of thinking differently?
I used to support Donald Trump. I used to believe in his Make America Greater Again agenda. But what I didn't see is what he was really doing with Christian nationalism. I didn't see that what he was promoting was mainly through Christianity, and anybody that seen his like macho, chauvinistic, egotistical ways.
bro.
I didn't see that what he was controlling the Christians, that he was arming hate groups like the Proud Boys, and how I knew that he was on Epstein's Island, and I denied it. I believed in what he was doing. I thought he was really going to make America greater. But all he was doing was fulfilling an agenda that I don't know. And if he would have kept going, if he would have got office again, or if he gets office again, I feel like Trump would be doing the same thing that Putin would be.
And this is a video from a year ago, mind you, 1 year ago. Hold on, just let it play for a minute. Trust me.
Trying to go after a group, and he did not like pagans. He didn't like the LGBTQ community. He seemed like he was really racist towards Mexicans and blacks. He was sexist, and he was an egotistic opportunist. And how I got there is learning about Christian nationalism. I never really heard that word until I heard the group talk about it. And now I see Putin doing it as well with the Ukrainians. Putin uses the church to his advantage, and that's what he's arming his citizens with. That he's feeding them that, and that's exactly what Trump was doing to the Americans.
What do you think?
Brilliant
Question
stuff.
number two, and I'll follow up with something. Question number two is the first flag that entered the Capitol. The first flag was not the Confederate flag. I was expecting, as soon as I saw it, watched it live, like most people. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, they're gonna have Confederate flags there, right? Which they did, and they've got Trump's face. But the first flag that went in there wasn't an American flag. It was a Christian flag. And I thought, my question for you, Chthonius, is why do you think these people who went into our Capitol, why do you think they carried the Christian flag in right after they defecated in it?
Bro, he's an insurrectionist. He's an orange man bad insurrection. He has the same political fucking opinions as the View.
What is he even talking about?
I'm talking about the insurrection. He's a fucking hardcore lib, dude. He's orange man bad. The insurrection's real. Trump's gonna deport gays and fucking put them in camps.
Yeah, this is some square peg fucking round hole stuff.
So, bro, this is what you were talking about
Square
earlier.
peg.
So, hold on,
Square
this is
peg
what you were
rabbit hole
talking
stuff.
about earlier, bro. This guy's trying to tell you that he can understand the nuance of some society fucking 2,000 years ago, but he can't even see through the fucking most basic shit of his time, of his lifetime. Like the most base level fucking shit. He's at the liberal level of the view. So these people taking advice from this guy, it's like going to Whoopi Goldberg and asking her to fucking translate the Bible for you. Would you allow Whoopi Goldberg to translate the Bible for you? Because that's this guy's level of fucking IQ. This guy, the more I watch this guy, bro, he's a super low IQ motherfucker. Like Archaics is like fucking 10 times smarter than this guy. This guy's, you know how dumb doctors are, bro?
No. Let's not go too far. Let's not.
Oh no, I'm gonna, bro. You know how COVID was perpetuated? It was by doctors, bro. Doctors are fucking retards, bro. They're so specialized in one thing they can't see outside of that one little. All their time was spent in that one box, right? So this guy's
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah.
Doctors perpetrated COVID. They thought it was real.
I don't think doctors perpetrated COVID. I think they just fucking.
Well, the media did.
They bucked
this fucking January 6th insurrection shit, and this guy just believes the media at surface level.
I mean, for the most part, I mean, most people have no spines anyway. So of course, like, most people. If someone's going to come at you and be like, yeah, we're shutting down this hospital, we're going to do this, that, and the other, these people are going to be a part of that. You know that. I mean, especially folks that have been in school forever, they're not going to jeopardize their fucking life. They're not going to do that. No fucking way. They spent the better part of a quarter century getting this degree, and then someone's going to come in and tell them, this is what you're gonna have to do. Yeah, of course they betrayed their Hippocratic oath, but they don't care because they have to. You know why? Because money.
They don't even think about it.
Because money. Because money. They need the money.
IRB Fenium says experts know the max about the minimum. Yeah, doctors are fucking retards. If you've ever met a doctor. Aphrodite's a doctor.
I think that's
Aphrodite's a fucking doctor.
That's very fucking man. I think that's very fucking like pedestrian and like really
legitimate. Have you known any doctors, bro? One of the dumbest fucking airheads I ever knew went and became a fucking doctor. Like literally a fucking bimbo. Is as someone's doctor now. This bitch that was a fucking airhead bimbo.
I guess. All right. So like, you know, I had a brother that was retarded. So what?
So he should be a doctor. Surgery doctors.
I just don't think it's that clean cut to be like, oh, doctors are evil fucking people. Like then they should be like not respected.
They're evil. They're just
like
dumb,
that.
Bro. They're just dumb. Are you really shilling for fucking big pharma?
I'm not shilling for nobody. I'm just shilling for like some like. Let's not be so hyperbolic about it. Like fuck. All doctors are fucking stupid, dude.
He's got the curls coming down and
CBO,
the white shawl.
Doctors are stupid.
He's the horrible Jew. The horrible Jew. Marlboro box upside down, and all of a sudden, Doctor Good.
No, I'm just saying, dude. You know that's a stupid fucking position to have to be like, oh,
absolutely, bro. Doctors,
COVID happened. All doctors are stupid.
Yeah, do you not know
doctors? Is that really the position you're taking, man? Come on, man.
Do you not know doctors, bro? Doctors are fucking retards, bro.
That's so stupid. CBO, you sound jealous,
bro. They diagnose people with shit like, oh, you're have a fear of getting pregnant and shit like that. Get the fuck out of here. That shit's not even real shit that they're diagnosing people with.
Is that a doctor prerogative or something else?
What do you mean?
Is that you think the doctor's making the prerogative of this
they believe it, bro. Yeah, they're not just. I think they're not just doing it to get money. They believe this shit. They have to believe it. It's their life.
And listen, that speaks to a different reality. It's a little bit more nuanced than Dr. Bad because COVID.
Really?
Come on, man.
Why are you simping for doctors, bro? Let's
I'm
get
not
to the
simping
bottom of
for
this. Did a
doctors, I'm
doctor
just
save your
saying,
life once?
let's think this through a little bit.
Okay.
It's
Obviously, bro, I'm not saying every doctor is a retard, but I'm saying that the vast majority of these motherfuckers are retards.
All right, fine.
I'm not going to say every single doctor, but you get so specialized in one shit. Bro, it takes like so long to become a doctor. You're just living in books and shit. You're not living in the real world.
Yeah,
in real life.
these people are fucking, they have to go through that old fucking thing. That has to mean something. They're not fucking retards.
It just means they're a
They
fucking
might be
robot.
they might be ethically fucking compromised. Let's just say that, but they're not fucking stupid.
I think they're fucking retards, bro.
You can't be stupid to be a doctor. It's like statistically impossible.
Bro, have you met a doctor?
Yes, I've known a few doctors. They're not retarded. They're not
The ones I've known are literal retards. I'm talking about a literal airhead bimbo. Went and became a doctor. Not someone that, a goofy bitch that pretends like she's dumb. No, an actual dumb fucking bimbo bitch. Poll.
I just don't. I don't.
We're gonna do a poll. We're gonna do a poll. We're gonna let the audience decide. Give me a second. I gotta do it on my phone.
Yeah, this is the thing. Most of these fuckers in the chat or people that, dude, you guys don't even know how to fucking change a tire. I'm pretty sure you don't even know how to change your oil. Like, what are you talking about? Why? Where are you in a position to judge anybody that's smart? What exactly do you do? Where exactly do truthers get this fucking chip on their shoulder where they can tell people who's smart and who's not? You're a bunch of fucking retards that probably has a fucking terrible fucking credit score.
Oh, now your credit score is related to your fucking
intelligence? No, it's not. I'm just saying, man. Like, why? Where did truthers get this idea that they're better than people? Where does it get this idea from?
The entire narrative of fake shit and the social structure is perpetrated by doctors and scientists and shit like that. Everything that comes through the media and shit like that.
No, I understand that. Those people are ethically culpable for betraying their Hippocratic oath. I'm with that. But to say that these people are stupid is another fucking conversation, man. That isn't. We're talking about ethics. You want to talk about ethics? We can talk about ethics.
Let me show you an example. Let me show you an example. Amon Hillman is a fucking doctor, and he's a retard, bro.
He's a doctorate. He's not like a medical doctor.
Well, he has a PhD. He's a fucking doctor.
Yeah, correct. He's a doctorate.
Yeah. So he's a retard.
It's not the same as a medical doctor.
You see the correlation?
And no. I don't see the correlation because outliers don't establish. That's not the outliers. Like Eamon Hillman is not the norm. This guy's clearly a fucking person that's off his rocker, that has an agenda, has some sort of like eye on the prize grift of something that he wants. He's losing his fucking teeth. Obviously, he's gross. He's wearing the same TJ Maxx fucking shirt. I mean, what the fuck?
Ross, probably. He looked like a Ross motherfucker.
I'm not saying because I'm defending doctors doesn't mean I want you guys getting booster shots and shit like that. So fucking knock it the fuck off, dude.
Most doctors are Indian and low IQ. Facts, bro.
All right, no, they're not. I don't even know what he said. That doesn't even make any sense. That's not even fucking true.
That's real.
No, they're fucking not. Indian doctors in my
okay. I guess what we're talking about is this. We're talking about there's a difference between book smarts and like reality smarts. I don't want to even call it street smarts, but like
that's fine. Why didn't you frame it like that instead of saying, "Oh, these people are retarded because they're doctors"? I mean, come on, man.
Well, because if you're not in touch with reality, I mean, what the fuck, bro? And then you're in charge of these people's health. It's a bad combination.
All right, that's fine. I'll give you that. That's true. I mean,
anyway, back to my point. This guy's orange man bad. This guy believes the news, and you're gonna trust him to tell you some shit from 2,000 years ago, from like a nuanced, multi-layer perspective of society.
He's
out here
wrecked,
thinks
dude.
that-
Do you see him in this video? When you were playing it, I know you've got it sped up a little bit, but like still, man, it's like this guy's eyes are bugging out his fucking brain.
Oh, big time.
Okay, this guy's about
Here, I'll play it at regular speed. Let me play it at regular speed for a second.
Shoot lasers out.
That was because they was using it to their advantage. That was their whole thing. That he was God's chosen appointee. It seemed like that's what he was trying to. He's trying to kind of, in a way, deify himself as like a king of America, like a dictator in a way. That he truly won that election, and he didn't. And they was using Christianity to arm themselves, to brainwash them to think it was okay. That's what I think. Truly.
Go out, Trump.
Yeah. Snappy.
Yeah.
The same people that stormed into there, the same people are the ones who would take somebody who would put on a feminine kit and might take them out and do something to them. They might.
Trump's gonna.
They might put laws. They might make laws. There are laws being made around the world against LGBT communities. What?
Yeah, fuck you, dude. You fucking.
Is that what we get with a theocracy? Because what Chthonius is describing is a theocratic, an attempt of a theocratic takeover of the U.S. We all lived through it. We all watched it, and we're all shocked. Like, what do we do now, right?
Pause it for one second. I don't understand this idea that it's a theocratic takeover. Yo, abortion is still legal. Number one,
it's just like a liberal talking point, dude.
Okay, like abortion's still legal, porn is still legal. Shit is fucking rampant across the street. The homeless, then we don't give a shit about the homeless at all. What are you talking about? This?
Man, fuck the homeless, bro. Now you're gonna go on the homeless rant.
Oh, this fucking guy.
I want to create an app that shows you like where the police are posted up with the radar guns, but it comes on your phone when you're on Google Maps, but it shows you where the panhandlers are so you can avoid them. And then it'll be like, is the panhandler still there? And you hit yes or no, just like the speed trap.
My nigga, we don't do that, man.
Bro, come on, bro. These homeless people aren't homeless because they're on hard times. They want to be homeless, and they're on
How
drugs.
do you know that, dude?
Okay, not all of them, obviously, but I would say the vast
okay. There we go
majority
again. Now okay. I never said not all of them are fucking like innocent fucking angels.
Yeah, but why?
How would you fucking know that though, dude?
Because I can look at him, just like I can look at.
You can look at him.
I can look at this guy and see he's a tweaker. I can look at a homeless motherfucker.
Mercy, dude. Dude. Mercy is how we. You know how Christians, took over the Roman world. From mercy. Mercy is how we scandalize the world, CBO, not fucking vengeance and apathy and nihilism.
I say we round them up, bro.
Yeah, what? What are you talking about?
Zip time and leave them there, bro. And if someone cares enough, they'll cut them free.
All right. Okay.
Remember bum fights, bro? You remember how awesome bum fights was?
No, I don't. I didn't like bum fights. I never liked bum fights. I thought that shit was sick. I thought that shit was fucked up. And you know that,
lit, bro.
You know that's just fucked up. You find fucking amusement in that? You find fucking amusement in that, CBO? Now I understand a little more about you.
Or however old I was. Yeah, it was dope.
It's funny to you, fucking like retards that have nothing else when they get coerced into fucking fighting each other because they have nothing else. That's funny to you.
Any different than
nigga, that's funny to you, nigga. How about what if you were in that situation? Would you like people fucking preying on your like wants and needs? Nigga, you want a piece of bread, nigga? Go fight this dude. You think that shit's fucking kosher, man? Come on, man.
Kosher, man. You're a straight Jew tonight, bro. You wear the Jew suit. You're talking about this ain't kosher.
Bro, I'm talking about not being cruel to homeless people. You're calling that Jewish?
Dude, homeless people Come on, bro.
Why do homeless people deserve hate?
You know who's homeless?
Why
Mitchell.
does that
Remember
mean?
Mitchell
Why does
from
homeless
Paul and Slade?
mean?
All these
Why
Paul and
does
Slade
homeless
motherfuckers
mean
that live in their car are
automatically
the
hate
homeless
them?
people, bro.
Why does homeless mean automatically hate them? Where do you get the idea that you understand where this fucking person came from?
For the most part, you can look at them and tell they're on drugs.
Oh, you
and
can
fucked
look
up
at
or
them.
something.
That's such bullshit, dude. No fucking way you
No,
can
it's
look at
not
somebody
bullshit.
and tell.
I saw a guy one time that
No
looked
fucking
so,
way you could look at
I saw a
somebody
guy
and
one
tell.
time that looked so like ashamed to be out on the street or something, bro. And I went up and I gave this guy, I had a bunch of where were we? Waffle House or something. I gave him all my leftovers, and I could just tell he was so genuinely like almost embarrassed, but he was grateful too. So I could look at this guy and tell like this guy is on some hard times or some shit like that, right? And I hooked him up. But I'd say where I'm at least, bro, like 90% plus of these motherfuckers just druggies that want to be out here.
But
Motherfuckers like Mitchell from Paul and Slave, they just want to be out on the street.
This is the thing, CBO. It does not matter. You cannot.
Why doesn't it matter? Am I supposed to get? This is the same argument as native land and shit.
This is what I'm saying. It does not matter. The Christian spirit is mercy without. It's mercy without like I need to know where my money's going, dude. That's the Christians. The Christian spirit is mercy, dude. You cannot go, I fucking hate this dude because I know he's on drugs. You don't fucking know that.
I mean, you can look at a motherfucker and tell he's on drugs. Come on. That's the whole point. That was the whole beginning of the show with I'm on Human, is you can look at him and know he's on drugs.
It's different, man. It's different from people that
use. He's got a house. It's different.
No, it's different. You see people regularly every day, all the time on your commute to work, everywhere in your neighborhoods. It's different, man. Bro. You can't say shit like that. Like, oh, these people are on drugs. You don't fucking know that.
I see
them. Even if it was true, your mercy is what saves them.
So, okay, I'll say a prayer for him or something. I'm not going to give him any money.
That's worse, dude.
Bro, they're just gonna go spend the money on drugs.
Worse, dude. CBO, you can't do that, man. No, man, no.
So I'm supposed to just go get. I have a bunch of kids, dog. I'm not a bachelor.
Well, I'm not saying to clean yourself. I'm just
saying, I got a whole family to take care of. I don't have like extra funds to just be throwing out like that.
Bro, it's not about the funds, man. It's about the attitude. Okay.
Where's that attitude towards Mitchell when you're roasting Mitchell?
It's not about the money. It's about the attitude. It has nothing to do with how much money you give to homeless people. It's about the attitude you have towards them, and you give to them what you can. That's the Christian. That's the Christian life. If you're not about that, dude, this is something that
I ain't got nothing to give them. I got kids to feed. I got 6 mouths to feed. I got 8, including my wife and myself. 6 fucking kids, bro.
All right, fine.
Someone needs to be paying. Someone needs to be feeding my kids, bro. Someone needs to be.
And okay, well then welcome to my world where you guys scoff at me when I talk about like I don't believe in people being exploited for labor, and then we would be in a better situation to serve each other. But you guys call me fucking you call me a fucking communist. So that I don't know how to fucking please you fucking people. And what exactly do you want? Like you want like the capitalism and you're a fucking commie fucking faggot. But I'm over here saying if you need more money to feed your family, this is what should happen. But no, you don't want that because that makes you a communist. I'm a socialist piece of shit scum. But
my position on that has always been that it doesn't matter if you're in a socialist or a communist or capitalistic system. It doesn't matter because human beings are always making the wrong choice regardless, and that really doesn't matter.
And you're making one right now.
How?
That's the wrong choice.
What's the wrong choice?
The wrong choice or the wrong attitude is saying, oh, these people are all drug addicts. They don't deserve my mercy.
Bro, they're drug addicts.
They don't deserve my mercy at all. They need to show me. They need to prove to me that they're not a drug-addled fucking maniac. Why?
You don't need to show me
Who
anything, bro.
cares?
They just need to stay away from me. Don't come begging for money from me because you ain't gonna get it.
But why did?
Bro, are you one of these people that you really give money to these people?
Why does mercy have to have some sort of like a contingency plan?
Mercy isn't money.
Yes, it is, because if it means that much to you that you're not even willing to depart from it, like what? I don't.
I mean, they can get a mercy from me, and I'll say a prayer for them.
Bro, we can't have a Christian stream against fucking Ammonites when you're sitting here saying, homeless people don't deserve anything. That's weird, man. I just want to say that out loud. You can't have a stream talking about our kicks and fucking faggot ass Eamon Hillman, and then go, well, yeah,
Hey,
fuck the homeless people because they're all drug addicts. How does that work, dude?
Well, how it works is they want to be on the street and be on.
I didn't know. They don't know that. You don't know that.
We interact with them here on StreamYard. We interact with these homeless motherfuckers that want to be homeless here. These are the types of people. They would rather not be in the system. People like Mitchell, Benton, Brian O'Shea, all these people.
No. Okay, so no, that's fair. That's fair. I understand there are people. There are some.
I would say that's the vast majority of them. There's
you
definitely
think
some
that's the
people on
vast
hard times
majority
that
of
some
them?
shit happened to, but they're not really the people I don't think that I see out here begging with a fucking sign, please feed my kids and all this shit.
But that's the thing that like most people don't understand about the Christian spirit is that we should not care about that. That's the thing we don't care about. That's what scandalized us to defeat the Roman Empire.
I missed your point there. What are we not supposed to care about?
We're not. Okay.
I'm not trying to I'm not being. I just missed it.
My point is the Christian spirit is to be charitable without recompense, and that we're not here to judge, but we're here to take care of others, to serve others if we were in that position ourselves.
Right, and
that's something that's the pinnacle of the Christian spirit. Is it's not that we don't need to know exactly why they're in the position that they are. We don't need to know why the injured man in the Good Samaritan story. Did Jesus need to know if the Good Samaritan was on drugs or was he? No, he did not. What he did was he did what he needed to do to take care of the man to the best of his ability.
Look, Smiley's got a good comment here. He says, I live amongst these problems. There's a bunch of options for these people to get on their feet and they don't want it. You can I would be fine donating to these programs that they can go get help through these programs, but just seeing a guy that looks like a druggie, I have a problem handing him $10 or something because I feel like he's just gonna go buy drugs with it.
It's that's the thing though. You do the thing to help them. You cannot control them to do the right thing. You have control to do the right thing, right?
Yeah.
We all have
are you saying
do the right thing.
The money is the right thing?
Say what?
Are you just saying that giving them money is the right thing to do?
No, I'm saying help them is the right thing to do. Whether or not they accept it or it goes nowhere, it's of no consequence to you. Your job is to help them. In the end,
yeah, I'd be for donating to some program that they could enroll in or something that would help them over a longer period of time. But I just don't like handing them cash.
Yo, hand them food. There's nothing wrong with sacked lunches.
Like I said, I've handed them food several times. If I can.
Sacked lunches, man. That's my thing. Sacked lunches. You got
out here handing out bologna sandwiches.
No, man, I got people that I run into on a daily basis. I go to Sam's Club. Sam's Club's got like a 1,000 bags thing or whatever. You got these little plastic bags you can buy. You got bread. You got meat or whatever. You can do peanut butter and it doesn't matter. We got you.
What if they trade that lunch for drugs?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It does not matter. CBO does
Why
not
doesn't
matter.
it matter?
It doesn't matter
It
if you
matters to
hand
me.
it.
If
It
I
does
was
not matter if you
taking the
hand
time and
him
creating a lunch for him, I'd be
It
pissed.
It does not matter if you hand him a $20. This guy goes into the fucking gas station and goes and plays fucking slots for 3 minutes and it's over. Okay, it does not matter. Because what? You want that back or something?
It doesn't matter to who.
You want a permanent
I want these motherfuckers on blockchain. I want to know where they spend this money.
You want a homeless accountant? Is that what you need? You want a homeless accountant to make sure all your money is going to the right place?
We're gonna follow him with a drone, and we're gonna see where he goes, what he does, and how he spends this money.
That's
a lot of these motherfuckers. Hey, these motherfuckers you see out here on the streets begging, they ain't even homeless, bro. Like that's a 9-to-5 job to them. They can just stand on the off ramp making money all day like a job.
Bro, that's on them, man. That's not on you.
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not getting hustled.
And
by
if
those
you
motherfuckers.
and if
Just
you
in case
feel,
it might
and
be
if
one of
you
those
feel like
motherfuckers.
I'm not sitting.
I'm a what do you call? I'm a Scrooge McDuck, dude.
And I'm not sitting here. If you recognize the scam and you feel like that's a scam, yeah, sure. Like I'm not pointing a gun at you, telling you to fucking, because I see that shit all the time around here. I know. Use your discernment. Use your discernment to donate or to help in the best way possible.
See, that's why I think it's good to give to the church or something. Then you allow the church to.
And that's true.
Take care of
that's why we have a church, right? That's exactly that's a very great segue.
And the church knows these people and they keep coming
I'm
back
not,
and stuff. It's not going
I'm
to.
not trying to. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to shit on you. I know, and I'm not trying to say you want homeless people dead or whatever, dude. I know you don't believe that. I know me and you have. I know you have a good heart. But you feel like you don't want your money going somewhere to waste, right? Is that like a bad summation? You don't want your money going to waste.
Basically to drugs. Even if they wanted to buy food or something, I'd be cool. Even if they bought some bullshit food or whatever. But if it was just going to drugs, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. But
Merry Christmas to the chat. We got 64 people in the house.
Hey, it's been great.
Subscribe to Toilet Bowl Earth.
It's been great. I'm a Jew, obviously.
You're a Jew, homeless loving Jew.
I'm a homeless
fetish or something.
I'm a homeless loving Jew. I'm sorry. I just it's the way I am, I guess. And I grew up poor. What do you want me to do, man? I grew up poor, and this is just the way I was built. I'm sorry, but what's going on? What's next on the agenda? Have we reached the end of the Ammonite?
A little bit. I wanted to get into where his stuff kind of comes from. Hold on,
he's just a sickly weirdo, and it's hard to watch him.
They play this for like 30 more seconds, and I'm gonna go to the next thing. Hold on.
All right, what's the future for all of this?
All of your hate wound up. Play on people's insecurities.
The thing's hat says you're on native land.
They abuse you and they make you a man or a woman, and they tell you can only be that, and they force.
That's that Annapurna demon behind him, dude. The blue tranny demon.
Is that Steven Crowder?
You into this dichotomy, and they force you to be a specific way. The other day.
I'm gonna play that video again.
No, go back.
I want
go back
you to pick out.
Crowder.
And
have been forced upon you in an abusive, controlling way, and they make you hate those people who refuse. and we all should be
Bro.
refusing to follow because
What is
this
sick
kind
freak, dude? What a sick, what a bunch of sick people that look like this. I can't like,
and just goes online like it's totally normal.
yeah, just like it's. I'm gonna go on Eamon Hillman's live stream.
Let me go to this guy. Hold on. This is kind of where this take comes from. Actually, Ammon Hillman's book predates this guy, but this guy's been on Rogan. This guy's book is way more well researched. He went to a Georgetown Law, so he's actually knows how to formulate a better argument and stuff.
Okay.
But this is kind of where some of this ancient drug shit doesn't come from him. We can get into where it comes from, but this is kind of one of the guys at the forefront of this right now, getting on Rogan and everything.
Word.
So Ammonites will probably say this guy's copying Amen, but we'll see where it comes from.
Yeah, just let it play for a second. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette.
I was really diving as deep as I possibly could into this mystery, and not just any mystery. It's what Houston Smith, one of the greatest religious scholars of the 20th century, called the best kept secret in history. This idea that there was an original sacrament, there was some kind of beverage that transformed mortals into immortals and welcomed everybody from Plato to Marcus Aurelius in the ancient world, and the intriguing possibility that something like that may have actually been the basis for the original Eucharist, or at least the Eucharist that was used in some Greek-speaking communities in the ancient Mediterranean. And it was a big...
So that's kind of the basis of this theory, is the guy's name is... Well, this is the guy, his name's on the top of the screen. I don't know how to pronounce it. Marascu or some shit. But then it comes from the dude, Houston Smith, Huston, Houston Smith. And it kind of, just denies the divinity of God, and that the reason Paul saw all these visions and stuff, it's psychedelics, ancient psychedelics, bro. Check it out, man. And they get into all these different, like nightshades, belladonna, mandrake plants, and all this shit, and say they were spiking these ancient wines with this types of shit and to see visions, basically, like, and for healing and shamanistic purposes and stuff like that. And that's what I was saying when Occult Examiner was up here. I see like this guy here specifically getting bigger, and you see this push for the mainstream of like MDMA legalization, psilocybin, and all this to treat depression and stuff like that. Peter Thiel's a big backer in stuff like this as it's coming up. And I just wonder if there's a little bit of a connection there. At least like the algorithm can kind of promote it a little bit to get people a little more familiar with the ideas as they're trying to like bring this stuff, more mainstream and legal.
Controversial hypothesis that was launched in 1978. And there wasn't a lot of like scientific data to prove it one way or the other. So I picked up this mystery in about 2007 when I started reading.
But ultimately, this is to blaspheme God, right? The original Eucharist is just a mandrake plant or whatever they say it is, another blasphemous theory.
About the psilocybin experiments at Johns Hopkins University. And this idea that people would have a one and only dose of psilocybin and walk away talking about this mystical experience. Now, of course, it would have an impact on therapeutics, things like depression, anxiety. But at the end of it, as you keep reading this literature coming out of Hopkins and NYU, you hear people talking about this life-transforming experience. And to me, it was very similar to the way the ancients described their experience under this best-kept secret.
And just like the Rogan push, DMT, bro. You got to try the DMT, bro. You're going to see the jester. You're going to see the machine elves, bro.
This idea of a hidden sacrament.
Terrence McKenna, a big forefather of the psychonaut movements.
And secret recipes. So from that moment on, I was looking through all these old journals and trying to find scientific data to support the idea that there were actually psychedelics in antiquity. And at some point, it took me on the road to Greece, looking at these archaeological sites. I went to the Louvre to see a special collection. I went through the Vatican, through the secret archives and the catacombs. I talked to all the experts that I could across all those disciplines that you mentioned at the beginning. And at the end of it, I present hard data for the use of psychedelics, which I say is really just proof of concept for what I think is the next 10 years of a very multidisciplinary search.
So this is a video from a couple of years ago, I think 2020 maybe. Yeah, 4 years ago it says. So he's saying in the next 10 years, you're going to see more and more of this research dating back to ancient societies and drug use, psychedelics, and disassociatives, and all kinds of different drugs, actually. And maybe that's where this push is coming from, this push of Amon Hillman. And there was another guy, Danny Jones, that had something similar to that too. I don't remember the name, but he was on that same podcast talking about like ancient drugs and stuff like that. Not this guy, but a whole nother guy. So there's more and more people in this field getting out here on these podcasts and stuff like that. And where's this Houston Smith guy? He's got all kinds of works. If you look up that Houston Smith guy. Sorry, hold on 1 second. This was I'm gonna have to watch an ad.
In one of these cities, right?
West Wasson.
They could absolutely.
This is basically the same dude. Theory on here.
If you die before you die, you won't die when you die. That's the key. I call it the immortality key. It's the big job. It's what we're all looking.
This is that guy we just watched, and they're doing the whiteboard on his book. In theory,
Looking for, right? The meaning of life. What does it mean to be alive? What happens when we die? Is there a God? Is there a point to any of this? Well, according to the ancient philosophers and mystics, there are answers to these questions, like real answers. They're not hidden away in some book or some dark corner of the internet. They're not necessarily in your local church or temple. And even if Moses, Jesus, and the Buddha himself were sitting in your living room, they couldn't tell you, because it's nothing you can actually learn. Nothing for your rational brain to compute, at least. You know, my hero, the late Joseph Campbell, once said, "It's not the meaning of life that we're after."
People say that what we're all seeking is a meaning for life. I don't think that's what we're really seeking. I think what we're seeking is an experience of being alive, so that the life experiences that we have on the purely physical plane will have resonances within that are those of our own innermost being and reality.
it resonates with me, bro. So I see a lot of this is just basically like some new age shit, in my opinion.
And
some of you druggies might like it.
And so that we actually feel the rapture of being alive.
But you can't very well experience that rapture until you've experienced its opposite. You don't know what you got till it's gone, says Joni Mitchell. So until you've experienced death, not in some abstract or metaphorical way, but an actual death that feels acutely and terrifyingly real in this lifetime, how can you know what it means to be alive? And how can you even talk about an afterlife until you've seen it for yourself? These are the mysteries. Now, in some form or another, these mysteries made their way through the high civilizations of antiquity. Ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley, China. But it comes to us, to Western civilization, through the ancient Greeks, many of whom spent a lot of time in North Africa, by the way. 13 years in the case of Plato, the godfather of Western thought. So what did we inherit from these high civilizations? What are these mysteries? Like the mysteries of Eleusis that called to the best and brightest of Athens and Rome, including Plato and Marcus Aurelius, from about 1500 BC to the 4th century AD.
Drugs, bro.
It's just I don't even know. It's just retarded, man. I don't really understand where does he
Yeah, they just want to basically make it seem like there's no divine spark in human or something without taking some kind of psychedelic drug or something.
It's such a cope, man. It's a big time cope.
I got to agree with you there. It is a
Like,
cope.
Like, oh, there's a divine spark, but it's all within us. Blah blah blah. No, it's not. That's hogwash, man. It's not real. It's not real on a day-to-day basis. We don't experience this stupid fucking idea of some divine spark. No, you're not. You're left alone to your devices, and then most people left alone to their devices are fucked up people that will believe anything.
Listen, meat sack.
Like, look at that. He's like literally mocking you to your face.
Yeah, And then, okay, what I did is I put Lady Babylon in the waybackmachine.com, and there's captures of it from a couple years ago, and he has this sick fantasy of Jesus's crucifixion here. It's super long, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. But what I did is I put it inside this I put it inside this AI to sum it up, so I don't have to sit and read the whole thing. But it basically says, this is from Hillman's writing from ladybabylon.com from a couple years ago through the Wayback Machine. This is the sum up of it. Alternative historical interpretation of Jesus' death, suggesting he died from pharmacological causes rather than the crucifix alone. He weaves together several historical threads: ancient Roman and Greek medical practices, mystery religions, various substances, classic authors like Lucian and Nicander, historical documents of early Christian practices, and then blah, 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 right? The text examines how ancient religious practices intersected with medical knowledge, particularly regarding substances used in religious ceremonies. It discusses the dipsas, a North African viper, whose venom allegedly caused extreme thirst. So that's why Jesus is so thirsty on the cross, because he's tripping balls on fucking dipsas, whatever the fuck that is. And then, he cites this Lucian or whatever. I don't know if I'm saying that right as a text. So you can go in this AI. I said, is the Lucian text cited fiction or nonfiction? Lucian's text mentioned in this passage on his work on the dipsas, which is generally considered a satirical piece. Lucian of Samosata was known primarily as a satirist and I can't even say that word. Rhetorician, who often wrote fictional works, though he based them on real cultural and historical elements. The grave marker story the author, who's Hillman, references comes from Lucian's on the dipsas, but it's important to understand that Lucian was known for blending fact and fiction in his writings. While the dipsas snake is a real creature discussed in ancient natural histories, Lucian's dramatic description of the grave marker and its victims was very likely a literary device rather than a historical account. So when you get into right here, wait, one more. Lucian often applies his writings to comment on society, philosophy, and religion, frequently employing satire and fictional elements to make his points. This particular text would fall into the pattern of taking a real element, the snake, and building a dramatic narrative around it for the literary effect. So this is the same thing Hillman, if you watched last week when we went through that old article from 2008, where he talked about his dissertation, and he wrote about ancient drug use, and they made him take it out. The reason they made him take it out is because none of it was based on like scientific shit. It was all based on like literature, folklore, and shit like that. That's why he had to take that out. But he makes the claim like, oh, it's just made him too uncomfortable and everything like that. It's just too real, bro. They had to censor me. I'm just too real. Like, he's just taking shit just straight from like myths and fucking fictional books, and then portraying it though as if it's real, and nobody goes and double checks any of this shit. But you could go, like, if you ever need to do this, it's called Claude.ai, and you can just paste like a long ass thing like this in, get a summary, ask for a summary of it, it'll give you the summary, and then you can ask more questions about it. And this AI, see, this is a non-biased AI. This isn't me putting my own bias into it. This is an AI saying, yeah, the shit's a fake. Now you could make the argument that Hillman himself, you could make the argument that Hillman himself is like a satirist or a Discordian or something like that. And I've wondered that kind of while I'm watching it, but I don't think so. I think he's just too he's too low IQ. That's the main thing I get from him. And he's really in love with himself. Now, is he that good of an actor? He is a theater fucking nerd. I doubt he's that good of an actor. He does all this, like, the dramatic hands and all this shit. I just don't think he could, over a long period of time, portray those subtle nuances that make him. We're going back all the way to 2008, not just on YouTube. In that article I read last week, where he's just basically like a gross out artist. He just wants to try to push the boundary and try to get you to like gross out or react. He's very much like Ben Thorpe, to be honest, but just in a totally different way, much more like a blasphemous way instead of an incest way. But anyway, that's that guy. It's one of his claims. This guy here, this is blaspheming Jesus, bro. It's as old as the religion itself, right? Jeremy Bentham, he was a homo, and he wrote a couple hundred years ago all kinds of stuff about Jesus being gay. So he had writings about that. So this is nothing new under the sun, right? It's just yeah, exactly. No one checks into the Hillman's work, and it's just like what they already want to believe, right? So then they just will accept any information they want to believe it. But this Bentham guy, he did the same blasphemous shit 200 years ago, saying Jesus was a homosexual. He has no proof of it. He's a big time weirdo, man. If you want to see how weird this guy is, and you'll be familiar with some of his stuff here, I'll play this video real quick.
Today's video contains images of a preserved dead body.
Whoops. We slowed down.
If that's not for you, time to pick another video. This is a dead man, or most of a dead man. This is the skeleton of philosopher Jeremy Bentham, who died in 1832, preserved, stuffed, dressed in his own clothes, all as requested in his will, and put on display at University College London. And it is a little bit creepy.
He's bolted to his chair, and he's wearing a conservation-grade bodysuit, held together with copper wire and hinged in his joints. So in theory, he could move in a realistic manner. We don't do that anymore because he's very delicate. There's a few theories about why. He didn't like the church. He was an atheist. And at the time, he had to pay money to be buried, as you still do now. And one of the theories is that he just didn't want to give money to the church. Also, he did have a bit of a sense of humor. He maybe wanted to get some more use out of his body rather than just be buried in the ground.
Jeremy Bentham is most famous for being the founder of modern utilitarianism. That is the idea that all action and legislation should be for the promotion of the greatest happiness. And the famous quotation is the greatest happiness for the greatest number. Bentham tried to write, I think it's about 12 pages a day. He tried to keep in that rhythm. And then occasionally when we're looking through his papers, we come across a sheet dated the 25th of December, and we do think,
Merry Christmas. Even this guy was even blaspheming God on Christmas, just like Archaics. And just like Hillman.
Oh, Jeremy, just have a break. Transcribe Bentham is a crowdsourced transcription initiative. The transcripts of the manuscripts which they're producing we'll use as a starting point for producing volumes of Bentham's collected works, which is the main purpose of the Bentham project here at UCL. One of the major things in his life was an attempt to reform the law. He studied law, he began to practice law. His first case, he realized his client would actually pay him more than he would get in compensation for Bentham representing him. So Bentham, at this point, threw up the law and decided he would instead dedicate the rest of his life to reforming it.
The actual head that came up with most of those thoughts, though, that's not it. That is a wax model. The actual head didn't get preserved really all that well.
What the fuck?
So it's kept in a sealed box somewhere else. It was kept in a sealed box just here, but then some students from a rival university stole it and held it for ransom.
It was stored in his chest cavity for a while, and then it was discovered there in 1898 during the first proper inspection of him. Then it was taken out, and for a while it was kept on a box, we think just on the ledge, just to the doorway to my left, and now it's in one of the safes here at UCL.
The thing that Bentham is most famous for is the Panopticon prison scheme. The basic design of the Panopticon prison was that it was meant to be a circular prison with the cells arranged around the outside and a central inspection tower in the middle of the prison. And from there, the prison inspector, through a sort of elaborate network of curtains and lights, would be able to look into any of the cells at any point and see the prisoners without himself being seen. So he expected the prisoners would, in trying to avoid any punishment that would come by violating the Panopticon rules and regulations, the prisoners would modify their behavior and eventually be released as working and decent members of the public again. it became increasingly clear that the British government, rather than building a penitentiary, would rather pack off prisoners to Australia, as it was a lot cheaper.
And if you think it'd be a brilliant prank to write in your will that you should be preserved, stuffed, and donated to someone you love or hate, don't get too excited. Your rights end when you die, so the final say on what happens to your corpse goes to your family and friends. And while it is perfectly legal in the UK to preserve and display a body, if you want that to happen, you're going to need to find someone as strange as the man who preserved Jeremy Bentham.
Typical Christ haters out here on this stream. You can come on up, Christ haters. I'll drop the link. We know you're pussy though. We know you ain't gonna do it. You got nothing. Pussy ass motherfuckers. Let me just go through all these other links I got real quick. This fucking guy here. One second, hold on. Let me play this one while I'm looking for something. Hold on.
They were sacred rituals for turning mortals into immortals. You went to Eleusis as a human being, and you walked away a god. How did that happen? Through the ceremonial experience of death and rebirth. Let's be very clear. Eleusis and the other mystery cults of the time were the real religion of the ancient Greeks, the people who built Western civilization, democracy, the arts and sciences, the theater that became our Hollywood, the Olympic Games that became our sports industry, the open marketplace of ideas that we take for granted every day on social media. Didn't you ever wonder how the people who invented all this and the very word for skepticism could somehow believe in a bunch of fairy tales? Did they really think Zeus was perched on some mountaintop, hurling thunderbolts down at us hapless humans? Or Poseidon was in the middle of the sea, patrolling the wind and waves with a freaking trident? Come on, man. Take Cicero, the great Roman statesman of the 1st century BC. He called Eleusis the most exceptional and divine thing Athens ever produced. Not democracy and free speech and all the rest of it. Eleusis was the thing we can never forget. It was said to hold the entire species together. Why? Because you went to its sacred temple to experience nothing less than death and rebirth. And only those who had made the long march from Athens to the torchlit sanctuary, drunk a magic potion, and witnessed the blessed sight and vision, as Plato called it, were said to conquer death by experiencing just a taste of immortality, that rapture of being alive. And if you think about it, that's more science than religion. Once you've seen God, there's no unseeing God. You've proven the hypothesis for yourself. So what the hell was going on? Frankly, we don't know. It was all secret. To reveal what you saw in Eleusis was to risk execution, which is why Houston Smith, perhaps the most influential religious scholar of the 20th century, called it the best kept secret in history. Like other rites of passage, it was thought some archaic techniques of ecstasy were to blame for that famous vision at Eleusis. The same techniques employed since time immemorial in tribal initiation rites or admission to a secret society to create that near-death experience, like fasting and sleep deprivation. I mean, that'll definitely get the job done, but there was another possibility. Remember that magic potion? In Greek, it was called the koukion, a kind of primitive beer, but it wasn't the only magic potion splashing around the Mediterranean. Dionysus, the Greek god of ecstasy and madness, he had a potion too. To drink his holy wine was to drink the blood of the god. In fact, you were drinking the god to become the god. This is where we get the whole idea of enthusiasm, from the Greek word enthusiazo. The essence of the god lives within you. You have become divine. So what kind of beer and wine was this? In 19...
Speaking of beer, straight out of Wisconsin, but all the way to Vietnam. It's our boy Dang. You're muted. You're muted, Dang. You're muted, bro. Trying to get this uncanny dipshit in the chat to come on up. Cannot hear you. I saw when you turned the mic off, it showed the mic was off, and then let's see what this dipshit says. See, told you, are you calling Jesus Christ, Lord of Lords, a liar? Uncanny Mountain, click the link, come on up. Let's hash it out. I think we have a little misunderstanding here. I'm going to drop the link for you. I would like to see you come on up. What's that? let's get to the bottom of this uncanny mountain. You sound like a smart guy. I'd like to find some common ground with you and see if we can get to the bottom of what you're talking about here. I think it's hard to communicate through the chat because you're so limited with what you can say. Yeah, he's a pussy. What do you know? Pussy. Yeah, uncanny. Anyone with the name Uncanny, nuts. This guy, and then Uncanny Deduction, another schizo. Is Dang the grown-up Christmas story kid? Damn, bro. That's relevant. Damn, I think he said you'll shoot your eye out, kid. That's him, bro. He's all grown up. See, straw man arguments. You did straw man. All right, dipshit. Uncanny Mountain. We know you're not gonna come up. We know you're a huge pussy. It's okay. I was just trying to bridge that gap with you and like try to have a conversation. I'm assuming you're an Amon Hillman simp because you're here, and I've never seen you here before. Maybe you're an archaic simp. Not sure. Come on up, bro. You're so smart. I mean, you'll just dunk on me, obviously. So why don't you come dunk on me, bro? Yeah, he's not gonna do it. Still can't hear, dang. Still can't hear you. I don't know. These guys are all pussies. I was trying to get some of these guys up here, but I don't know. Maybe I'll just call it a night. Merry Christmas to everyone that was here. Appreciate you guys. You can watch all those blasphemous streams tomorrow. These guys hate on Christ every day of the week. They can't even give Christ the little one day of respect. Oh, yeah. TML. He's for sure going to have one too, right? Definitely. Oh, he said Amon's a freak, so is our cakes. Well, then you're cool. Then you're welcome around here. Probably done picking on these guys for now. It's been funny for a minute, but I just wanted to call them out for hating on Christ on the day of Christ. And that's today. So yeah, I hope you're with your family today and enjoying the love of your family and everything. So I appreciate everyone's time that was here. Dang. Christmas Story Kid. Peace out.